I think it's essential. I think that BC Review is making a big difference in people's lives when they go. I have many comments from people who read not just my reviews, but many of the reviews. They follow it. They look for books that they want to read or should read. And so I think it's essential. I think the service that we're doing through BC Review is a really important service, and it's coupled with others, but it's very important. I think it's up there. I think it's set a high mark, a high watermark for that kind of work. But to me, when I approach reviews, it's partly a personal interest. So I ask for books that I think I might want to read because I have something that I might add to it. But mainly it's to sort of encourage people to read good local history, read books about subjects that would help them understand some of the decisions that go on in their lives. And I put a little piece of myself in each review because if I have something to say. And I very rarely, Trevor, write a critical review in the sense that I say, don't read this, it's bad. Because I don't choose books that I think are going to be bad. I will say things that I think could have been added. One of the bugbears I have as a reviewer is no index. And I write from these books and I use these books, I quote them, and when I can't find an index, I get kind of miffed because I have to search through every page and find the reference that I need. But other than that, I don't, and you've read enough of them now, I don't sit there and look for critical things to say about books. I look for good things to say, and I usually am praising an author. Sometimes I go a little overboard with the praise, but you've got under 1,000 words to basically tell people why this book should be of interest to them. So you're finding the nuggets, you're finding things that interest you as a reader, but you're also saying, what's of value here to people generally? What's this contribution? And so, to their credit, and love them, the writers of BC have done wonderful work. You know better than I do. There's some wonderful texts out there that are both literary and historical texts that have been really valuable and are valuable and go on record. They form a library that we all should be proud of, that we can now look at BC's history and have lots of resources to follow it up, lots. So there's no excuse for not knowing about BC history. And I want to just transfer also to the local history aspect you asked about. Some of the books that we've reviewed in BC Review are strictly local history, but they're wonderful, wonderful stories of local people, heroic deeds, tragic events, people that are trying to just make a go of it. Some of it industrial, some of it just, environmental, but just generally great stories. Some of it really interesting history too, about the early days of the indigenous people of our province, the founding people, right? Some of the interconnections between settlers and indigenous people. All these books are just so valuable in giving us a sense of where we come from. And I think that's what history's about, is understanding your roots. So if I can make a little teeny contribution with a book review, I'm going to grab it.